Hi guys, good morning. I'm audible.
Yes, good morning.
Okay, let me share my screen. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes,
Okay, so what does it mean cloud? Any idea? What is a cloud, Renuka?
it's a sub-based data storage thing, right?
Only limited to the data storage or anything, any other?
Cloud is an online platform where we can
Okay,
store the data.
so that is what I'm asking. Is it only limited to store only data or we can do any other thing in the cloud? Okay, so in the cloud, there are different companies who provided the cloud service, AWS, right? Azure, Google, that is a GCM. Okay, so right now these three competitors are available in the market. So what is exactly cloud? Cloud. I will give you one example. When you join to the company, when you join to any company, what do you get first, Purti? When you join to any company, what do you get first?
Our credential.
Your before credential, you get a laptop or
Yes,
system. You get a
laptop.
system, right? You get a system. In the system, what they will install? What they will give you install?
All required softwares.
All required softwares, right? Like SQL Server, kind of, comma, running platform. Like suppose you are working on any coding, so there could be like Eclipse or any platform, coding platform where you run. Okay. Apart from that, there will be a lot of things. There could be a lot of things that you will get when you join. So when you get to join, you have different. Firstly, companies spend the money on your laptop, right? They give you a laptop or they give you system, so they spend already money on the system. Then also they will give you install the particular software, right? But now, since a cloud came, since a cloud come into the market, company, I mean, even if you go after 5 year, after 3 year or 5 year, you will not see that any company will be give you any laptop. Okay, after 2 3 or 5 year, company will not give you any laptop. Okay, they will just give you the credential. What they will give you? They will give you. They will give you credential. What credential? It's credential of cloud platform. Credential of cloud platform. Platform. Right. They will give you the credential of a cloud platform. Okay. So cloud platform. When you log into any cloud platform, you will get all of the things. You will get everything there. SQL Server. If you want some sharing folder, right? In a company also we have some common sharing folder. So common sharing folder to store your data or files. Everything will be available in the cloud when you log into the particular cloud platform. Either it is the AWS or it can be the Azure or it can be the Google Cloud Message. Okay. So any one of them you could use it. Clear?
Yes,
So here you can also in the cloud you you don't need to install anything or you don't to do anything. If you want to run the code, you will just open the Databricks. So there is a Databricks platform where you can run the Python code, PySpark code on same page. PySpark, SQL, Okay, so where you can build a pipeline based on the any programming, either Python, PySpark, SQL. Also, one of the very interesting thing in the Databricks is that you can use the both or three language in one pipeline. It means suppose in one variable you take something, okay, and you did the use the first logic on first statement, you use the logic of the Python using Python, but in second line you use the other function of the PySpark, okay, but data is a similar which you got result on the Python first statement, right? So multiple language you can use the at a time, multiple language you can use the at a time. Let's say you don't remember the function of Python, you remember the PySpark, so you can directly use them anywhere in the PySpark. If you remember that you don't remember any of the function from Python or PySpark, you can directly use your SQL function or any of the code. Okay, so data could go from the this object of the Python object to the PySpark object, or PySpark object to the SQL object. Okay, there is no any limitation. So these are the things. When you start with the, so now we will focus on the Azure cloud. Okay, when we focus on the Azure, now clear about why we require the cloud platform. Control
Yes,
X.
sir.
Okay.
Sir, can we start recording?
Yeah, I already
15
started
minutes.
recording. Yeah. Okay. So let me see. Yeah, it's already started. So in Azure, there are multiple services they provided. There are multiple services they provided that we will see one by one. But what exactly the hierarchy and how we will log in first into the Azure? How we will log in into the Azure first? It is not a. It is not a free. It is not a free. You will need a one debit card. You will need a one debit card. Okay, for 14 days. For 14 days free. Okay, it is not a free. So you will need debit card, or credit card, any one. Okay, and using when you try to register for free for the 1 month or 14 days, you need to fill the detail with the your debit card or credit card. Okay, then you will get some 13,000 points, 13,000 rupees for using a Azure cloud. Okay, so that we will see how we can register this one and all. Okay, so first we need to go to the Office 365 and we need to create a first email ID, because when you try to register the Azure cloud, it doesn't take your normal email ID like a Gmail, Yahoo. This email ID won't accept. They will take only the which is created with the Office 365. Okay, so we will create a first email ID through the Office 365. So let's go to the Office, check the Office 365, and we will subscribe for the free. We will subscribe for the free. Okay, if you come down, you will see some rate they have shown you here. How much for the annual and how much? This is for the email ID only. Let me see the product, different product. Plans and pricing. We should have, I think portal has changed. Let me check. Okay, so see all frontline plan. Let me check, is there available here? Okay, so now you can see, we have some plans available here. Okay, so you can see here we can try for the free. Okay, Office 365 F3, which is per user 290 per month, and there is some try for free option is there. Okay, and what are the services available? Like Office apps we can access, email and calendar we can access. Okay, and meeting and voice, but other things we don't have access. Device and app management, social and internet, files. Okay, so OneDrive and all this we can access this. So these are the services we can access through the this one. Okay, let's try this. So let's try to create a first try for free. So it is asking to you already have subscription through the work. Oh sorry, it is I think taking my by default. Okay, so let me log out first. Let me go to the other browser. So by default it was taking my company account which I log in. Okay, try for free. Okay, so it is saying that Office 365 free trial, start your free 1 month trial today. Okay, set up the account. Okay, let me add for Renuka, do you have debit card? I could try for your account?
Yes.
Okay, let me then. Your phone number?
830
830.
830
Mm-hmm.
again
Again?
830
Okay.
6798.
98. Company name. Okay. And what it is saying? Okay. So you will get a now version code.
Two seven eight
278.
2252.
Okay. Renuka. Okay, so your password is Nagpur. This one. I will show you. Username is what you will use to sign in each time you use your app. I have to go back. Let me try. Your number?
830 830 6798.
Company name, what we added? Okay, I'm adding a TCS. Company. Okay.
453651.
Mhm. What is the problem? Renuka Matkar. Okay. So I just added the Renuka Matkar after added it. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we need to add some detail. Your mail ID is Renuka. Okay, sorry, Renuka Matkar. Renuka Matkar, Renuka Matkar dot on Microsoft.com. So this will be your email ID to login. So Renuka Matkar address Amravati. Okay, so your username is Renuka Matkar Renuka Matkar Microsoft. This one. So okay, so our email ID is confirmed now. Now our email ID is created. We will log into the Azure. We will create account in the Azure portal. Right. First we created account. Created account for email ID. For email ID. Created account for email ID. And now we will create a account. Okay. Create account in Azure portal. And this portal will accept only those email ID which is registered with the 365. Which is registered with the 365. Okay. So that's why we created first email ID account in 360 Microsoft 365, and then this email ID we will use into the Azure portal. So now let's log into Azure portal. Azure. Okay, so you could see sign into the Azure portal. If you open this, Microsoft Azure portal. So in Microsoft Azure portal, we need to create an account first. So just click on New Azure, and there is a Start Free option. Okay, so Start Free. What is the email ID username? We'll create, I think. What are the passwords? Okay, so you could see this email ID they directly took. Why? Because we register already in 365, and when you register into the 365, then it will take your email ID automatically. Okay, now we will register. Renuka Matkar, okay. This is mobile number. Can you send me the verification code, Renuka?
929149
92949.
149.
Okay, so it's very fun. Advanced and TCS. City is a state. Honest. Okay, so I agree on this. Click on next. Okay, bravo. Now they will ask you for the debit card detail. So again you need to fill. So they will deduct 1 rupees first, okay, and they will give you back after validation. And what happen once you register? So right now you can see there is a 13,000 credit will be used for 13 days. You could use this account for 30 days. It's okay. They will give you 13,000. So how 13,000 will deduct that I will tell you, explain you. There are 40 plus services are the free for you, and there are popular services are available for the free for the 12 months. Okay, so I will show you. Okay, so Renuka, can you just share your detail on the WhatsApp? I will add it. This one.
Okay.
Yeah. For just now, I am just stopping this screen sharing. Hello, Renuka.
Sharing.
Yeah, yeah. I receive it. Can't hold the name Renuka. 0372. 04 166 5. Yeah. Sorry. Can you share your OTP?
878 775.
It is saying transaction amount 74 rupees. Sorry, can you come again?
878
878
775.
75. Okay, it will deduct 74. Let's see. Because it was supposed to deduct 1 rupees. Let me check. Okay, I make a payment. Can you see my screen? Temporary reservation discount. You won't be charged unless you move to pay as you go. Is there any amount deducted? 74.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Let's wait for 24 hours. Okay. They will send you back. Okay. So once you register, you can see it is saying there is option. Go to the Azure portal. Okay. Go to the Azure portal. In Azure portal, you will see how much credit they give you. Credited 13,000 something, right? And all services now we can see here. Can you see my screen, everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how will you check how much they give you subscription, how much money they give you free for the use? So there's a very first thing is a subscription. Just go to the subscription. Okay, they give you 14,500. Okay, so this 14,500 there is a credit available. So when you use whichever service, based on that this amount will deduct. Okay, it is same like your mobile data. If you use the data, it will deduct. So same thing is also here. If you suppose you created a new SQL server here and you created a new database in that server. Okay, so it depend on the size of the database, it will deduct your money. Okay, if suppose you don't create a, you just created the one server, you did not added any data or you did not create any table, they will not charge you. Okay, otherwise they will charge you per days. Okay, so make sure whenever you create something here and you are going to log off, first delete this. Okay, because we are doing a practice. If it is a online or the real time work we are doing, then we should keep the running the server. Okay, that thing I will explain to you. But this is for the how to create a register the email id and how to log into the portal of the Azure. Clear, Purvi? Sorry, okay, what is the name?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Clear.
yeah, Renuka.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now we will see what are the different services available in Azure service. So you can see there are some of the services already shown here, like virtual machine. Virtual machine I told you, right? they will not provide you any laptop. Okay, in future what they will do, they will create a machine for you from here, and they will give you the login, and you need to log into this Azure portal. You will just go and click here, and you will get a, you can access your company machine directly. Okay, so apart from that, if they want to SQL server, or you want to store some files, okay, from common storage, so there is a storage account where you can store. So I'm just giving you overall, but we will see in the deeply. And SQL server, let's say you wanted to create a SQL server, run the query, so there is a SQL database available, you can directly create here. So all things are available here, everything is available here. You can see there are multiple services are there. If you come down, see video analyzer, metrics advisor. Then in analytic, what are the tools we require? Let's say Power BI embedded, Azure Databricks. So in Azure Databricks we can write the code like Python, data, PySpark, all these things. Okay, in Data Factory we can create a pipeline also, it is a kind of ETL tool. Azure Synapse Analytic, it is the same portal like a Data Factory, right? So there are different services they provided, so we will see one by one which is required for us. Okay, so very firstly what it will come, first it will come as a what first will come, first will come in Azure. In Azure, when you log into Azure, okay, when you log into Azure account, what first come, first it will come the subscription. Okay, one subscription you created, inside the subscription what will be the available, there are different resource you will use, like suppose Azure Data Factory or Azure Databricks, these are the services. So all these services will, if you create something in particular resource, so there will be the resource management. Okay, so there will be the resource, better I will explain here. So first we have Azure account. In Azure account we have one subscription. In that subscription, in that particular subscription, suppose there is a different department, suppose there is a different department like finance department, marketing department. So in finance department they have their own subscription. Okay, so all these people who are in the team in the finance, who will use only that particular subscription, okay, which is created for them. And what about the other team like marketing or any other, so this team will also will use a subscription, but subscription will be created differently for this team separately. Okay, so understood what I am saying here. Suppose subscription 1 for marketing they created, and this is for only finance team. So they will, whatever they will create resource, they will create under this only subscription 1, right? Because marketing people, they have their own budget, and they will accordingly they will buy the subscription particularly, right? For subscription 2, suppose they created, there is subscription 2 available, and this is actually created by marketing team. Okay, so only marketing team people will can only use this subscription 2. Okay, under that only they could create their resources. Okay, that you will understand when we start practically. Okay, so what happened, finance team will create a resources under only subscription 1. Okay, and marketing team only will create a resources under the subscription 2. Okay, once we create a subscription, under the subscription what are the things available, we have resource group, we need to create a one resource group. In there will be the only one resource group for one team. Okay, for particular team, as I said, for finance team they will create a one resource group, they will create a one resource group. So let's say I am going here now. So here let's say I am creating a resource group. So this resource group, so this resource group, suppose I created this resource group, name is a group finance. This will be the only dedicated to the finance. Okay, so finance team will can create a resources, what are the resource services will create under only this resource group, under only this resource group. Okay, so same thing also here in the marketing, this team. Okay, so they will create also one of the resource. So there is a, suppose a resource group is a marketing. Okay, So in that particular group marketing resource, they will create a particular all resources under only that resource, group resource. Clear what I'm saying? What is a group resource? All resource will come under only that particular resources, or we can say services. Resource is nothing but a services like ADF and all this thing, services. Okay, all resource all will come under the this group marketing. Okay, and whatever this finance team will create, they will create only this group. Okay, so we will understand when we start this one. So right now for Renuka, you we already created, so you can directly use the login and the password. Okay, just remember this ID and password. This is your ID. Now you don't need to create any account and email ID. Okay, you just go to the Azure portal and log in to this portal. Okay, and try to go to here. Like suppose we are going to the SQL database. What happened now? They will ask you something, so try to check what I mean, try to interact with the portal, so you will understand. Now see, here they are asking to create a SQL database, so we have option here, right? When I will create on the SQL database, when I click on the SQL database, it will ask me for the subscription, which subscription you want to use. So I have which subscription? I have free trial subscription, right? Where I have 14,000 rupees pending, right? And what resource, in which resource you want to create this SQL server, I need to select, right? So right now I have not created any resource group, so but we need to create a one resource group. So let's say I will create here now, create a new resource group, that is a analytic. Okay, in analytic and resource group I will create this one. So now I have created. So going forward, whatever you will create, okay, now database name is suppose sample, and which server you want to. Okay, so there is no server created. SQL database is different, but database should be created in particular server, right? So for that we need to create a SQL server also. So right now there is no server we created already. So what we will do, we will create a one server also. In that server we will install the this SQL database. We will create a SQL database, right? So let me create one server. Okay, so server name is suppose SQL. Okay, and specific name is already used. Okay, SQL R I'm putting here, server name. Okay, lowercase, uppercase, SQL R. This is a server name I am added, and this will be the located in US East. What happens when you create a server? Actual server actually created in somewhere, right? Even if it's cloud, but there must be one infrastructure they set up somewhere. So there are particular region in USA, Europe, UK, where exactly you want to set up. Okay, create, or India, like Asia side, there are different region where you want to create your server. Okay, so I selected East US. Okay, and here I will use SQL authentication. I will use the SQL authentication. Okay, let me take this. Use only Azure Active Directory authentication. What does it mean, Azure Active Directory authentication? The mail ID and password we are using to log in to the Azure portal, same mail ID and password Renuka will have to use it. But it is saying that we need to set up the Azure admin. Okay, let don't take this. Then just create a server login. Okay, so server login. Let's say I'm putting name as a SQL as a server username, and password is a same Nagpur at 1993. Nagpur. Okay, I'm creating new password for this server I'm creating. Okay, so I keep the common password for Azure portal as well as for the database server password, so that we will be remember. Okay, so let's create. Okay, so now I created the server. So can you see now server has been created, and which is assigned to this database. Now we will create a SQL database, right? The server we created here, and here asking to what want to use the SQL elastic pool. So I don't want any elastic pool. And how much configuration you require, how much size of your database I require. So I don't need any size, right? Because for the practice purpose we will take only 500 MB. So let's take only basic for less demanding workload. Okay, it is saying that there's a 2 GB, so even I don't need a 2 GB, so we can use a 500 MB, that will be enough. Okay, and how much? See, estimate cost for this server, if I increase the size, it will increase the INR here, right? So let's say I am putting here 2 GB. For 2 GB, 2 GB also they will charge same thing. But if I use for the month, if suppose today I created and I will delete it tomorrow, they won't charge anything. Okay, so let me just apply. And here there's a 3 option. Okay, one by one we will see what actually exactly use of this. I'm just showing you the one of the resource how to create. So it is there is an option that is a backup storage. If suppose something happen with your server, there should be the backup. So where it should be, locally or geo redundant backup. So I will refer only geo redundant backup because it won't give me the cost. Okay, and review and create. Next, networking, no access, public endpoint, private endpoint. Okay, so let me add connectivity, private endpoint. Resource group already we created, why it is not showing? Okay, no access. Not now. Okay, so it is creating the SQL database. It is launching. So you can see submit deployment. Okay, so on this weekend we have do you have time
Yes, in the morning and
Yes.
after.
in the evening?
Yeah,
Sorry.
after 7:30.
Okay, okay, I will let you know the time. So in weekly also we will try to take a session. So at least
I have access through Opta. Can I use that for practice?
for which access?
That 365.
Oh, you have ID, but yeah, you can use that email ID um, for
It's
login
my
to the apps.
company account. Means company provided that account.
Okay, but when you log into that particular Azure portal, okay, it will directly log in. And when you directly log in, okay, try to create a register on the Azure portal using that login,
Okay.
and see whether you get a free trial or not. Okay,
Okay.
because company don't give they give the only particular people access services. So if it
I
is
will check.
showing a free, then it will be good then for practice.
Okay.
Okay, so once you created this data SQL server and database, now based on that they will start to charging you monthly. Okay, and suppose you created today and 2 days later you deleted this one. So what they will do, they will not charge anything. Okay, because you have not used for a month completely. Okay, deployment is successfully, it is shown. Go to the resource. Okay, so we are now inside the SQL database. We are now in the inside database. Okay, so before showing here, let me show you something. Go to the all service, I mean on the main page. Go to the main page. In the main page, if you know that what services it has already created. Okay, suppose you have created a SQL server. Okay, and you want to access, if you click on the SQL database, they will show you the list of the database you created. So can you see this that we created? Okay, then click on this database. So if you go to the inside the database, you can now log into that database. Okay, so you got now here connection string and all information you can see for the database, like tag, query editor. If you want to log in and log into the server or do something. What's the Nagpur? It is saying something. See, instance specific error occur while establishing connection to the SQL server. Connection was denied. Since deny the public network access is set to yes. Okay. So there is a something setting in the firewall we need to change in the here. If you click on OK, you need to change the setting. What setting you need to change? Go to the overview. Set server firewall. So they said you have set the S for the public access. So you should not make it as a public access. Go to the properties. So what error it is saying? SQL system connection meeting was denied since denied public network access is set to yes. Connectivity. So go to the setting of connectivity. When we had created here, there was some public access. Okay, we'll see on the next session. I need to check. There is a setting that when we created a resource, that time it was asking whether you want a public access. So there should be how set up that one. Okay, I think we already 1 hour. Uh, oh. If possible, can we take the session also in the evening?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I will just let me stop the recording. Okay, so